Hey guys, welcome back to Rose of Winter, and let's continue on with our journey across Mount Needle. Wouldn't I have felt that happen, though? How strange. No, I'm being silly. I must have dropped it. Honestly, I'd lose my head if it weren't screwed on. It's a bit disheartening to lose such a beautiful gift, but there's nothing to do but keep moving. We've been walking for hours. The road gets a bit steeper, the going a little harder. The prince seems happy at least, riding his donkey, reading his stories, and ignoring everything else. Is my voice cracked? Okay, that time it was on purpose. Making it across Mount Needle with a child is going to be tough, and I'll have to take it more slowly and carefully than I usually would. Crow, for this part, doesn't seem too concerned. I'm not sure how I feel about that. So, what's your story? Crow, I mean, you're probably more than just a babysitter, right? Sure, but there's not much to say about it. I go here and there, do this and that, nothing too interesting. I live out of my hat sometimes. You know how that is, don't you? You're a fellow wanderer, I can tell. You really think so? Sure, you got that look about you. Stars in your eyes, wind in your hair, even when you're standing still. Huh, you're funny. Who says I'm kidding? Oh gosh, I don't know. I never really thought of myself that way before. Wanderer, huh? Well, I guess it's kind of true. Sounds romantic. What I really want is to be a knight, though. I mean, a real knight. Huh? You've got your heart set on working for the royals, don't you? Well, it's gotta be more than that. I mean, there's no higher honor than knighthood. Well, it's just gotta be, I think it's just gotta be more than that. Like, there's always a reason to do what you want to do, you know? I'm not sure. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to be made a real knight. I mean, who wouldn't? It's what I've dreamed of since I was a little girl. Well, I guess I've learned that life isn't always like what you imagine it to be. Imagine it'll be. When you're a kid. Ain't that the truth? It's not the sword or the armor or some monarch's approval. That's not what I really want. What matters to me is helping people, I guess. Doing good things, heroic things. I want to become someone who can be trusted and depended on to come through no matter what. I don't need to be officially knighted as long as I can be just that. When I say it like that, it probably sounds silly. So silly. Not at all. I know just what you mean. I wait for him to elaborate on that, but he doesn't. Once again, I realize he never really answered my question. Mind waiting here for a second? I'm gonna go have a smoke, and I don't like to do it in front of the little one. Oh sure, go ahead. I'm happy to watch Prince Elkindir for a moment. But when Crow's not back after about 20 minutes, I start to worry. I don't remember what the rest of that said, because I pressed the button without meaning to. Anything can happen on a mountain like this. I can't forget that. Pulling the prince and his donkey along with me, I set out to look for Crow. Through the trees, I can see a small clearing. I can just make out Crow's familiar shape through the branches. But when I try to push through, the shape disappears. All I can see is a flash of blue on the cliffside opposite. And before I can go any further, there's a hand on my shoulder. Looking for me. Yeek! How'd you get behind me? Just the usual way. Sorry, darling. I didn't mean to scare you. That's okay. I wanted to make sure you were alright. We should just push on a little further, but then make camp. Sounds nice. Lead the way. I turn and leave with him. For some reason, I don't want to look behind me at what I saw, or what I thought I saw. Maybe I imagined it. Maybe the flash of blue lingers, but that flash of blue lingers in my mind, hovering around the edges of my memory. There's something familiar about it, but I can't place it. I guess it doesn't matter. Soon we make camp for the night, in a small cave on the cliff. As I drift off to sleep, the worries fade a bit from my mind, but I see flashes of blue light in my dreams. Dun dun dun. I wake the next morning to the sound of a crackling fire and the shuffle of cards. Crow is doing more little tricks for Prince Elkindir. When Crow correctly guesses the prince's card for the 5th time in a row, the little boy almost cracks a smile. The smell of fried eggs wafts through the tent. I see that he's made good use of my food supplies. Crow, this smells good. You can cook? Sure, when the opportunity goes and presents itself. You really are a man of many talents. Darling, you have no idea. So, want me to read your fortune in the cards? Haha, sure. I love hokey stuff like that. Do you now? Well, I'm fond of it too. I settle down on the floor across from him. He shuffles the deck and deals out 2 cards, face down in front of me. Okay, pick one. I'm going to pick left because I like it more than right. Maybe. Okay, I fixed it. Ended up clicking and dragging by accident, so that's why I didn't do anything. Oh damn, it's the pale fox. Damn, Daniel. I had to. I couldn't help it. I had too many memes today for breakfast. He looks pretty sneaky. Ah, don't worry, darling. It just means you're awful good looking. You know, a real fox. Of course, I didn't need cards to tell me that. Haha, gosh, you're such a flirt. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I know I ought to, but I never am. What's it really mean, though? I mean, being good-looking isn't a real fortune. Crow hesitates before he answers. There's a look on his face that seems unlike him. Actually, the pale fox means somebody's lying to you, and you don't even know it. My heart sinks. I know fortune-telling is just a silly game, but this feels different somehow. After all, the only person who could possibly be lying to me right now it's me. I've been lying to you. Huh? You have? Darling, the truth is, I ain't got the faintest idea what any of these cards mean. After a moment of stunned silence, we both burst into laughter. I bet you think you're very cute, don't you? Oh, let's just eat already. The 3 of us have a nice breakfast together. Huddled together in warmth and safety, you'd almost forget that we were on a perilous mountain, and that after another day of travel or 2, we'd part ways and never see each other again. I already feel a little sad thinking of saying goodbye. Eating together, talking and laughing. It feels almost like the family dinners we have on the farm. I catch Crow meeting my eyes, and I blush and look away. He'd probably laugh if he knew what I was thinking. Once we're ready to go, we venture out of the cave. It snowed a lot overnight. I try not to let it get me down, but the trail we were following is hard to find. On the other hand, considering the horror stories I've heard about Mount Needle, I guess it could be worse. After walking a few hours, though, I realized the snow's taken us pretty far off course. We're officially lost. Ahead of us is an open crevasse, deep and jagged, like the stone was tore open by the claws of some giant beast. I can't see a way to pass it, and we shouldn't have come across it anyway, not if we were following the path I'd wanted. That's trouble. Feel like swearing yet? No, never. Don't worry, I can figure this out. Let's see. There's no way to make a bridge. Not a reliable one, anyway. Maybe I could try to leap across and find something on the other side? I'm bored. This is taking too long. Calm down, little fella. I have a feeling we'll find our way across somehow. It's nice that you're optimistic, but having a feeling isn't really helping with... Calm, motherfucker. Before I can even finish the thought, a terrifying screech shakes me to my core. Rising up over the hills is what looks like a giant owl. Eek! After shrieking in fear, the poor little prince faints dead away. I'm glad he's not awake to see the huge bird's vicious talons unfold, or hear the deadly quiet of its noiseless wings as it flies right at us. Is that a Night-Roc? But it's the middle of the day. That's impossible. It shouldn't be hunting in daylight. There's no time for questions, though. It's coming right at us. I'm gonna take the prince and run. There's no time to fight. My first priority is to make sure the prince is safe. I grab hold of him and start to run, with Crow and the donkey following right behind me. The Night-Roc, however, is too fast. In one swift motion, it's on top of us, and the sky above me was blocked out by a mass of wings and feathers. In one massive talon, it grabs hold of me, and I desperately keep hold of the prince. In the other talon, it grabs the donkey and Crow. As far as I can tell, it hasn't dug its claws in yet. We can still get out of this alive. The Night-Roc carries us high over the crevasse. Holding tightly onto the prince, who is still unconscious, I manage to work my hand into my breastplate. Tucked in there, I keep a knife for emergencies or for situations when I can't reach my sword. It's both. Operating purely on instinct, and ignoring the sinking feeling in my stomach as we rise into the air, I strike. My short blade digs into the meat of the Night-Roc's left talon, the one grabbing on me and the prince. The Night-Roc howls in terrible pain, so does Crow. Did the claws dig into him when I attacked? I don't see any blood. Still, I'd better not strike again. I can't risk hurting anyone. But if I'm not going to attack again, I have no idea what to do. I wish I'd planned this out better. Then how could I have expected a Night-Roc attack in daylight? Maybe I can wait for it to drop us in its nest and strike quickly at its heart. Try to kill it in one blow. My mind is racing, so I hardly notice that the Night-Roc slows its flight and drifts to the ground. As soon as the rock passes over the crevasse, it drops us back into the snow, safely on the other side. Then the great bird immediately flies off, disappearing in the cloudy sky. What? Why did it do that? Never mind. I've got to check on the prince first and make sure he's okay. Brush the sweaty hair out of his face and feel for a pulse. Prince Elgandir is still unconscious, but alive and safe. Thank goodness. I don't know how I'd live with myself if something happened. I look around, the Night-Roc is completely gone. The donkey seems fine, if a bit dazed. Crow, however, is lying on the ground, clutching his left hand. I rush to his side and pull him out of the snow, cradling him in my lap. Ain't this a nice situation? Oh, shut up, you're hurt. Gosh, your hand is really bleeding. Is that where it dug its claws in? Wait, that doesn't make any sense. It grabbed you around the waist, so it shouldn't have clawed your hand. An idea is coming to mind, foggy at first, but slowly solidifying around the edges. I cut the Night-Roc on its claw, and Crow cried out in pain when I did, and now his hand is bleeding in the same spot. I know what this means, although I can hardly believe it. You couldn't have. Could you? Huh, you nailed me good with that hit. Don't fret about it, you couldn't have known. I reckon the jig is up now, though. You were possessing that Night-Roc? But why would you do that? To get us across the crevasse, of course. Didn't expect you to be so quick and get a hit in, though. Damn, girl, you're good. Those old royals would be fools not to make you a knight. That means you're a mage. You were actually possessing a creature of that size? That's incredible. But if I strike on its left talon and cause you to get the same cut on your left hand, then it means... He grins up at me and coughs, his voice a little wheezy. Yep, I'm not too good at possessing. A mage skilled in that particular art wouldn't know how to keep his soul apart from the Night-Rocs and not take all the same wounds. As you can see, I'm pretty rusty at it, so I took some damage. Ouch! Oof, you really nailed me, darling. Looks like he's actually proud that I sliced open his hand. What, is he crazy? I can't speak. I also have a hiccup, apparently. He seems mostly okay, though. After a moment, he manages to stand up. His hand is bleeding, but not as badly as I thought. That's a relief. If you're wondering, I know lots of types of magic, but only a little of each, just enough to be slightly useful in most situations. I dedicate most of my time and energy to mastering one particular magical art, and the one's a real humdinger. It takes a lot of my attention, so I don't have much left for anything else. But if you're not good at possession, why did you try to use it to get us across the crevasse? Well, like I said, I know just enough to be useful. And hey, you can't say it didn't work. Sorry for not telling you my plan beforehand, by the way. I was kind of hoping to keep up the ruse a little longer. Do me a favor, though, and don't tell the kid. I still need to wait for the right time. Yeah, since earlier we learned that mages will get locked up for real magic. You can't have him telling the prince. You should tell him at all. Are you kidding me? Maybe you can't get away with using magic in the Southern Kingdom. If you're careful, Maybe you can get away with using magic in the Southern Kingdom if you're careful, but the problem is you're the prince's guardian and you're a mage and you haven't been truthful about it. If you tell the prince, people will find out eventually. There's no telling what his father would do once it gets back to him. Alright guys, I'm gonna end this here. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Love you guys. Stay kawaii and have fun out there.